Hey guys, back on another one. Today we're going to be doing a new series where countries will have empires. In episode 1, we will have Bosnia form an empire. But before we can have them make an empire, we gotta do some things first. You see, for them to have an empire first, there are gonna have to be some breakaways, and then that breakaway will take over the whole entire country. Then we can start the video. So we see breakaways happening in Bosnia, about like that. They start getting a bit bigger. They start expanding around. You know, like they're kind of everywhere. As we see, this rebellion is pretty big. So the Bosnia will have no match for this. So pretty much they'll just be wiped out and they take over the country. This is where the video starts. First, they declare war on Serbia. But Serbian troops actually start invading right into Bosnia not long before Kosovo joins in on the war, and they soon also do start an invasion right into their country. We see Bosnia get pushed back, and soon enough they start their invasion right into Serbia. And they manage to capture the capital, Donetsk. At this point, we just see their country gone fully collapse. Let's go ahead and take a look at a peace treaty. So this is in this peace treaty we see Serbia take all the southern parts while Bosnia takes some of the western and northern parts. But this eastern part right here, it will stay independent as this is Serbia right here. They're just gonna let them stay independent. But now they're declaring war on Croatia. Bosnian forces will swiftly move through the country in hopes of capturing the coast, which they do end up capturing the coast. They get up about to right here, which her capital is collapsed. As we see them, surrender, and they do a full annexation. So at this point, they're starting to get a bit strong. But the thing is, they don't want to stay in the Adriatic for much longer. They want to start, moving into the Mediterranean. So that's why they're going to go ahead and declare war on Montenegro. But Albania joins the war, and all of these guys, Greece, North Macedonia, Albania, they quickly go to the side of, these guys. But then Kosovo joins their side. So now it's evenly matched. Since the Bosnians have built up a lot on their military, with the help of Kosovanian troops, they will be able to swiftly move through the country. But when they hit Greece, it's a different story. As we see, them get pushed back, in southern Albania and southern Montenegro end up being recaptured. Gets liberated, but they do somehow make a naval landing, and they shoot up the coast, which they are now currently bordering the Mediterranean Sea. It is at this point we see Turkey joining on this war and start moving through. They capture Theoreski, and they start moving down with the help of the Reds. But soon enough, they managed to take out Greece. Let's go ahead and take a look at a peace treaty. So in this peace treaty, we see Kosovo gaining all Macedonia and part in some of these areas, while Turkey gets that part of Greece, and while Bosnia gets all of this, so now they officially have Mediterranean access. It is at this point that we see Kosovo and Turkey join their alliance. Or, I mean, all three of these guys form an alliance. And together they're very strong. It is now at this point that we see them declare war on Slovenia. But soon enough, they'll call in Italy. They call in Italy. But then Italy calls on France. But then France calls on Spain. Also, I forgot to say NATO does not exist in this timeline. Just forgot to say that. I'm very sorry. But then Spain calls on Portugal. But Portugal calls on England. But England calls on Belgium. But Belgium calls on the Netherlands. The Netherlands calls on Germany. Germany calls on, Luxembourg. Luxembourg calls on Czechia. Czechia calls in Slovakia. Slovakia calls in Hungary. Hungary calls in Austria. Austria calls in Poland. But Poland calls in Denmark. So yeah, all of these guys have just formed a coalition against this alliance. But luckily, some people are able to help them. Russia. Russia, Belarus. Let's go ahead and look at this war. First off, we'll see Slovenia get invaded. They'll get absolutely steamrolled. This is how the beginning will go. They'll capture Venice. They'll move around. Now, as for up here, we see them push into Kaliningrad and fully capture it, as well as some parts in Belarus. But that will come and cost as the Belarus with Russian forces start pouring into Poland and they start moving around. And they reclaim all that, and they also start the reinvasion of Kaliningrad, which is a success, but so they now continue to focus on their invasion. Down here, they continue to push on as they pretty much capture Hungary in the making. So now they've captured Bratislava, Vienna, and they just start moving up to Prague. They end up combining. They end up both meeting up, and they combined so they could start invading faster. Which also Warsaw gets captured, you know. But they get hit as they continue to push. They hit a roadblock. That roadblock is a lot of troops. A lot of troops just push them back as far. They will get pushed back really far from it. Like they get pushed back to the border, and they reinvade Kaliningrad, and they actually get further this time with Belarus. As we see, Minsk is captured, and they start their invasion right into Russia. From here, they begin their invasion, which they easily cut off Greece and manage to capture it, and soon start moving up, capturing their coast, and soon enough, them losing all their land gains, but they will get lucky because Germany flips sides of German troops with Germany pulling their troops out of Russia. It is clear that they get pushed back quite a bit, and also Kaliningrad is recaptured. As Germany flips sides together, they both start an invasion of Poland. which they managed to recapture, and they've wiped out Poland completely. But then, with the help of Germans and with the help of Kosovo and Turkey, they managed to push them out and restart their reinvasion, which is pretty successful. They managed to capture Prague with the help of Germany. So now it's just kind of bared it down to the Western nations, as all the Eastern nations have either gotten taken or flipped. Now we see the continuous invasion. They start going into Sicily, soon start moving up Italy, which makes Italy completely collapse. Same thing as Corsica. And soon Catalonia becomes captured as they move down. They capture the southern tip of Spain and Portugal. And then soon enough, they start invading into the West Germany, with Russia start invades into the Western nations, which causes them to completely collapse. But Britain just leaves the war completely. They had nothing to do with this. So now let's go. Now this coalition is over. Let's go ahead and take a look at a peace treaty. First, we will be starting with Bosnia because they are the main player of this video. Okay, so in this peace treaty, we see Bosnia taking all these Italian lands, and these pinkish colors are gonna be a puppet state. All of these, all of this pink stuff is all like this, like shaded red, will be a puppet state. This is Germany's looking a bit big. Belarus took this, but then united with Russia. Kosovo didn't get anything, and Turkey didn't get anything. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash the like button, and make sure to also subscribe. And if you have any suggestions for the next episode for something like this, for empires, country empires, let me know down in the comments below in the video of this video. And make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.